Welcome, parents and guardians. The reason we have created this homework DVD series is because Kung Fu is ideally practiced daily, even just a little bit. Kung Fu means hard work, and it's based upon the principle of doing something a little bit each day and getting a little bit better, understanding a little more the more you do it. So, although your child will learn plenty, coming 2 to 3 times a week, if they reinforce that with even just a few minutes a night, with your supervision and with the help of this DVD, they will develop their Kung Fu much more quickly and gain much more benefit from their training at the Smiling Dragon Kung Fu Academy. And so we begin. Thank you. We're now going to cover the requirements for the 3rd degree Gold Sash testing for your child. First thing we're going to cover are practical self-defense techniques against a back fist, a hook fist, a front kick, and a side kick. So now with the assistance of my student. Back fist has a very, very simple answer, as all of these problems do once you understand the principles behind them. Back fist coming at this angle is one of the best counters you could possibly do is going to be a pak dar, which we've seen before. So I go straight with the back fist, pak, dar. The dar is the hit. Pak dar, and the other hand, pak dar, pak dar. The hook punch, which is a little sneakier than the big round punch, still gets the gum dar, where he's going to catch his palm in the crux of my elbow and disrupt me as he does it, and the dar is the strike. So we're always going to be simultaneous with our blocking and striking whenever possible. So he's going to get in the crux of my elbow and face it with his body to put more power behind it. So it's important they shift and face it because that puts their whole body leverage behind it. Okay. For the straight kick, it's a very basic thing. You've probably seen it in class before, but it's specific to requirements of defending against a front kick. I'm going to be kicking you. Side horse. Okay, the person throwing the front kick, and your child will be required to do what he's going to be doing, which is basically blocking with their leg. So I'm going to attack. The other person's going to attack with a front kick, and he's going to come in and block with his leg. This part's not required. It's just something he does naturally because of his training. The main thing here is that one person kicks, and that leg comes up. Now, ideally, that leg is coming in. It's wedging in at a 45-degree angle, but we'll get to more of the specifics here in the school. Just understand when they come in, there's actually supposed to be wedging in forward, not going across. Very important. They're actually going forward at an angle, and there's some tremendous advantages to that. The side kick, if he's going to throw a side kick at me, hold on. If I'm in a side horse and my back foot is behind him, when he throws that kick, I'm basically just going to T-step out of the way. Get a little close to this. When he throws the kick, I'm going to T-step out of the way. I'm going to just deflect his leg out of the way and attack from behind. We'll do that again. He throws the kick. I'm just going to T-step out of the way and deflect the leg and step behind. And that's a basic defense against a side kick. So there you go. The next technique we're going to demonstrate is called Silam Tao 3, or we like to refer to it as Dragon Roars Forward. The technique that your child will need to know will be the one that I'll be demonstrating on this side. So with the help of my student, we're going to be standing here. We're going to be standing what we call a non-mirror image. There's other ways you can do this, but we're going to do it this way for now for the sake of simplicity, which means that we're not mirroring ourselves. We're the opposite of a mirror for the sake of this technique. He steps in, and I pak dar. Then he's going to pak my hand all the way across, which I'm going to help facilitate by grabbing him, striking, and then I drop my hand, what we call lan sao, and move in, so I'm using my root to uproot him, using my root to knock him backwards while striking him in the face each time. And there you have Silam Tao 3, or Dragon Roars Forward. Thank you. For the strength and endurance aspect of this level, your child's going to have to demonstrate up to 2 minutes of correct horse stance, 2 minutes of continuous chain punching, and 27 Wing Chun push-ups and 27 front kicks. For the horse stance, it's very important they're doing it correctly. The feet should be wider than the shoulders. The hands go out in front of the eye line and they extend outward. They don't go here. They extend their shin, their fighting spirit, forward in front of their eye line. So feet are wide, toes are forward, extending outward. And it's important they go as low as they can without leaning forward. If they're leaning forward, they're cheating. So if they go all the way low and lean forward, it's not helping them. They need to go as low as possible. Ideally, so we can put a bamboo stick across the legs and it doesn't fall down, they should be parallel with the ground with their back straight. Not everybody has the flexibility for that. So we call upon them to be as sincere as possible and to give it everything they have. Also, it's important that they shouldn't go past their knees, because then they're just squatting, and that's too easy. Next would be the chain punching, 2 minutes of chain punching. Chain punching is actually a very detailed technique. It requires a lot of attention, but for these purposes, for endurance, it's not going to be as precise as when we get into it with them in other contexts. Basically, they're going to be able to hit just adjacent, back and forth like that, as opposed to getting into this really intricate thing that they'll be learning of going over and under, and that's too much for the purpose of this level and this video. The important things we do want to maintain are to make sure the fist is in line with the forearm. In other words, it's not like this, and it's not like that. It's in line because they're learning to gain support from the forearm to support the fist. They're striking with these 3 knuckles, and this is straight. The other important thing is that they're punching straight, never round. So as long as they got this straight and they're going straight, then they're doing it correctly enough for the purposes of us developing their endurance, and they need to do that for 2 solid minutes, which is not easy, so it is important for them to practice. Well, the next thing we're going to talk about is going to be Wing Chun push-ups, which are traditionally done on the fist themselves, but I will allow them to do on their palms, since we do a lot of palm strikes anyway. The important thing is they're not like this, like regular push-ups using the shoulders. In fact, we don't want to use the shoulders at all. We want to strengthen the forearms. So the hands need to be in the center, not like that, in the center. The body straight. They're not doing this. The body straight, and they're bending just their forearms. We need 27 of those, and 27 front kicks. They'll basically be standing here. 1, 2, accept quickly and as high and correctly as possible. 27 kicks on each leg. And so there you have the strength and endurance aspects of this level, and those things are going to be challenging for them and will also make them stronger. Thank you. For the philosophy aspect, at this level of training, of course, as I've stated, we will reiterate, and they'll be responsible to be able to tell me and their Siham the first 4 rules of Kung Fu, which are very important. And also they're going to have to demonstrate an understanding of what empathy is, which is another word that can be explained many ways, but basically, as I explain it to them, it's more than feeling sorry for somebody, it's actually having a sense of feeling what someone else is feeling. And according to this great tradition of Kung Fu, the more empathy we have, the more kindness and compassion we'll have, and the more we will be able to keep our mind in the right place to use our Kung Fu to help people and not hurt people. When we feel what people are feeling and are aware of other people's feelings, that makes us more sensitive people and wiser people, and it makes our Kung Fu better, and that's why we teach this. Thank you.